Hi, and welcome to Sprints Tonight. And I have Anne from In Search of Wonder here with us. So excited when she said she could join. I mean, it wasn't a great reason she could join, but it's a reason.
Yeah. Poor kids sick with the flu, but it gave me a free easy.
So tonight I am reading When Stars Light the Sky by Elizabeth Camden. It's book 2 in the Women of Midtown series, and I am binging this series right now. I just finished book 1 and immediately picked this one up. And it's had a letter so far. So that was kind of fun because I was not expecting that at all.
Who is the author again?
Elizabeth Camden.
Oh my goodness. Wow, she's written so many books. I'm so behind on hers.
Yes.
Wow. It's good, I guess, if you're binging them.
Yes. But book 3 doesn't come out till the end of this month. And I don't have it. So
Oh, bummer. Well, at least that's better than like a year away or something.
Yes, right.
That would be bad. I've got like 3 books in progress because I'm ridiculous like that.
That's okay.
I've got The Practice of the Presence of God that I'm buddy reading with Madeline at Cozy Cottage Chapters. And then our group reading, Wired Love, I'm slowly reading that. And then Molly and I are buddy reading The Historian, which is huge.
Yeah.
So we're trying to read 20 chapters a week. And so far, I'm up through chapter 9. So I'm actually doing okay because our first week is this week. So
yes,
I'm actually doing okay on that. It's pretty easy, actually.
Okay. It just looks intimidating to me.
It's very long, which is why it's been on my shelf for a couple of years and I haven't read it, even though a lot of people who read it said it was really good. It's like it's kind of like Dracula. It's like about Dracula, but it's kind of a backstory, but also a sequel, sort of. Anyway, it's interesting.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to hit the comments, and we have Lucy, who's first. Yeah, hi, Lucy. Except for the fact that she's working.
Oh, that's stinky.
And then we have Sammy, hi. And Jeannie says hi to both of us.
Hello.
Lucy's crying. And Alma says hello, everyone. Anne is here tonight, too. Yes, that is great.
I am. I'm not usually free on Tuesday evenings.
And Bethany says hi. Well, hello to all of you.
Ooh.
So tell us what you guys are reading tonight. And we've got TG Cat Mom says hello to everyone. And Jeannie just started reading The Burnland Letter by Catherine Ray. Never read this author, so I don't know what to expect. Okay.
Oh, that was so good. I read that last year. Yeah, 2025. Yeah, that was good.
So the cover has the car on the front. The lady standing up here, I think. I haven't read it, but. And Alma is going to read Dracula for the first time this month.
Ooh, so good.
And Terry says, Happy New Year, all.
Happy
Lucy
New Year.
says, Anne.
I know, surprise.
And Lucy just started Les Mis. That's another
Whoa, like the whole thing, like the 1,000-page. You go, girl.
I feel like somebody just talked about that and said there was like 365 chapters or something. Is that the book? They're reading a chapter a day to get through the year. I don't remember.
I think I heard that. Yes. I have it right here. Let me double check. I have heard of people. I think that's the book I've heard people doing that with. I don't know. It's hard to know because my edition is like it's like divided into like 5 books, and each book starts numbering the chapters.
Yeah.
But I think that's right.
Okay. And Terry is reading Mrs. Lincoln's Dressmaker.
That is on my physical TBR one day.
And Elma is going to start the Emma M. Lyon Volume 1 tonight as well.
Ooh, you have some good reading lined up, Alma.
And Sammy is reading Rem by Ashley Schaller? I don't know.
Never heard of that one.
And TG Catmom is reading Robin Lee Hatcher, The Love Letter to the Editor. I know the author. I've never heard of that book.
Yeah, same. It sounds epistolary.
Yeah. And Bethany is back and forth between 4 books.
Sounds like me.
Too many for me. And Lucy, I read Philippians in the Bible. Can I use that for something epistolary genre? Sure.
Well, yeah. Sure.
And Alma says it would definitely take me a year to read Les Mis. Yeah.
It's long.
And Lucy is reading Ephesians next, which is also a letter. There you go. Okay, and TG Catmom says it's a novella on Libby through the library. It's pretty good so far. That's the Robin Lee Hatcher book.
Oh, Robin Lee Hatcher.
The love letter to the editor. Interesting. I read a Robin Lee Hatcher a couple years ago that was a letter.
Huh. But not that one?
No. I'll be seeing you. I'm like, I can't find it on my shelf. It wasn't a letter. It had letters in it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, of the ones I'm reading, well, Wired Love has like the telegrams going back and forth, or telegraphs, whatever. And then the Practice of the Presence of God is epistolary. Like the first section that I just finished is actually like someone was recording conversations they had with this guy, Brother Lawrence. But then the rest of it is letters. So that one is epistolary. And then the historian, I guess sometimes it's included in the list of epistolary, but I don't know. I mean, it does have some letters in it, and it has like journals, but it's not like Dracula by Bram Stoker is 100% epistolary. This one is not as much, but it does have letters, so it counts for the correspondence prompt at least.
Well, this one, she is a secretary and uses a telegraph machine to correspond back to America because she's in Germany. And so, yeah, I was like, I didn't expect that either. It's a marriage of convenience story, but they haven't got married yet, so I don't know.
World War I, World War II?
One.
World War I?
Yeah.
Not as much World War I fiction out there.
No. And TJ Catmom says Robin Lee Hatcher is so good. Yes, I have enjoyed her stories. And Lucy is on chapter 4 of Les Mis, and it's lovely thus far. And Lucy wants to know which prompt would Philippians work for?
There's the correspondence prompt catch-all. Like, everything works for that.
I'm like, I don't even know where my prompt list is.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. With love letters, that would not work.
Oh, there it is. Written by an author no longer with us.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to say. I think the lost mail prompt it would also work for.
Set in a foreign country.
Yeah.
And Lee is trying to finish the Christmas book flood. I didn't finish all the Christmas books I wanted to. Yeah.
I really, that was my favorite Christmas read this year.
And Lucy wants to know, what about Emma M. Lyon? I'm trying to read it later this month. Which problem would it fill?
There's a journal prompt, probably would go best in that one. Or, I mean, maybe the love letters prompt, but I mean, it's not really the main part of the story.
I haven't read it, so I don't know.
Definitely the journals, for sure.
Right. And Annie is here. Hi, I'm reading A State of Grace by Tracy Dupree from Mystery and the Minister's Wife series.
I've never heard
Terry
of that.
says she read Les Mis in 2019. It took months and it ended up only being 3 stars.
Oh, that's sad.
Lucy,
I reread it last. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say I read it last year, and it took me probably about 3 months. But I gave it 5 stars. It's one of my favorites.
I don't know anything about it really. Like, I've never seen the musical or anything. So
the musical definitely is a good way. It's like a good gateway to get into it. I think the book has a lot more characters and a lot more like side plots and side stories, and it's a lot richer. But the musical is a good place to start. I love the musical. It's my favorite.
Yeah. And Lucy is back talking about Philippians. It's kind of a love letter from Paul to the church in Philippines. Yep.
Yeah.
And Bethany has a random question. Has anyone been having issues with Thrift Books website?
I haven't tried to use it recently, to be honest. So
I've never used it. So.
Oh, really?
I don't think it's as cost effective here for me.
Oh, that's probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Terry says losing her teeth disturbed me so. Yeah. And Sammy says Thrift Books is working for her. So.
Yeah, I haven't actually used Thrift Books in a while, so I don't know.
Lucy, work is beckoning me. Bye for now. Love you both. Bye, Lucy.
Have fun at work.
And Christina, I will be reading Bridge to Haven with by Francine Rivers. Are you reading that with Oshina's book club?
Yeah, is that the one she's reading this month?
I think
I
that's
might read some of those. I just read that one, I think, last year. Alma, that's when you and I read together, right? We buddy read that one, I think, in 25. It was good.
No. I've never read Francine Rivers.
Oh, really?
Yep. Yep.
She's really good. A lot, like, heavier. Definitely. But very good. Like, her writing is really, really good.
I don't know. I read books are a little
on the side.
No, I read the first chapter of The Bridge to Haven because my best friend gave me the first chapter of a couple books and I had to choose which book if I could match them up with the books, and she threw me off with that one I'd never read, and I just didn't connect. It just didn't make me want to continue. So yeah,
that was a good one though.
And
where that one where it started is not where it went, if that makes sense. Like if I'm remembering correctly, like where that story starts out is kind of like a sort of prologue or preface or whatever, and it happens some years prior to the actual story.
Well, she's a baby when the minister finds her. Yeah. And then it's much older by the main story.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jeannie said, I read part of Les Mis in French for my French class college in '65. I remember very little about it and haven't read it since. Well, that was a little bit ago.
Oh, wow.
Hannah says, hello, Anne and Jeanette. Thank you. And
Hello.
Elma says, that was our buddy read. So she buddy read that with you.
Yeah.
And Hannah says, hello to everyone else. And Elma says, I think we both liked it. It was a rough story that a young woman went through so much. Yeah.
Yeah, she went through a lot. Like I said, it like French and Rivers, a lot of them are heavier. That one was definitely a heavy one.
Yeah. Okay, so we're at quarter after, so let's go into a sprint. Are you good with half an hour? Or do you want 20 minutes? Or
I'm good with whatever.
okay, so let's go till 1:45, but I have to edit one of these. Okay, so we're gonna sprint until 1:45, and we will see you back then.
All right.
Okay, so that is the end of that sprint. How did everyone do? I read about 3 chapters and I laughed a lot. There's some really good scenes in this.
That's funny. I read 2 letters, the first 2 letters in the practice of the presence of God, and highlighted a lot. So much highlighting. And then I started chapter 10 in the historian, but I got distracted because I was trying to see if this monastery that they're talking about was a real place. And I think it is, but it's called, like, she called it something different. Anyway, and there's someone has made a website where they posted pictures of all the places in this book. So I got a little distracted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because they're going all over like Europe and Turkey and all these places in this book. So very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Christina says, yes, she's reading Bridge of Haven as part of Oshina's book club. And Hannah is reading a book called Hummingbird Island. It's a very short book, only 127 pages, and it's been on my shelf forever and ever. So it's time to read it and figure out if it has to leave. And she's on page 8.
We all have those books.
Yep. And Susan is here. Hi. I'm reading Revenge Served Royal, a mystery by Celeste Connolly. And we've got Bethany read a few chapters of Lady Jane Disappears.
Ooh, that was a good one.
Jeannie got 9 pages read.
Nice.
And Terry said, my book is going to take a bit. It's good, but heavy with war. Yeah.
Those are hard to read.
Gina is listening to the audiobook of Yours Truly, Thomas by Rachel Fordham, and I'm loving it so far. That's good. I really enjoyed that one. Yeah. And Alma only read 12 pages. Wow, that's 12 more than you did last time.
12 isn't bad, actually. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have not read any true epistolary books yet, but I'm on hold for the 84 Caring Cross Road, and I've been hold forever. But it says I'm first in line now, and I've been first in line for 3 days, and I'm like, how long does it take this person before me? But
is it a physical copy?
No, it's through Libby, just so it's I think it's the audiobook, I think. Pretty sure it's the audiobook.
Okay.
Because I was really hoping I'd have it for Monday because I didn't have an audiobook going last week because I wasn't working. I don't listen to audiobooks at home much. Yeah. But I didn't have it, so I had to start something else, but it's fine. But it's also not a mystery.
Yeah, I couldn't get it either. I thought that I would be able to like get it from the library, like a digital copy.
Mm-hmm.
But I was going to read it on New Year's Day while I wasn't able to be part of the live, but I was like going to be on a train or whatever, so I was going to try and get it and read it. But yeah, I couldn't get access to a copy anywhere. So I guess I had checked, but when I read it a year ago, and I think I must have checked out an actual copy from the library. I think that's how I read it, because I don't own it. Yeah. Anyways.
I don't think our library even has a physical copy when I looked. I'm not sure. But... And Annie got to page 28. Progress.
Yes. Every little bit helps.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know that I accomplished a lot, but it wasn't necessarily a lot of pages. Yeah. 7 pages in that book and like 3 in this one. And then I got distracted by pictures.
My hands are so cold all of a sudden. I'm just like Need little gloves.
I put a sweater on because when I got home, I changed into comfy clothes, but then I was chilly, so I put on a sweater.
I have a blanket.
That's fine. I do have one here on my chair I can use if I need to.
Yeah.
Although it's supposed to be warmer here, not like it was cold yesterday, but it was a little bit warmer today, and it's supposed to be like getting warmer, even up to 60 degrees tomorrow. So
I'm jealous. I mean, it wasn't too bad. It's 0 today, so 32. But it was freezing rain, and now it's changed to snow. But at least snow is better than freezing rain.
Yeah, I don't like freezing rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, at our school yesterday. So our policy is they call it the real field temperature. If it's above 32 degrees Fahrenheit, then the kids can play outside. And so yesterday at recess time, it was like 33, 34 degrees with the real feel, and the actual temperature was like 36 or something. Oh my word. Everyone, when they came inside, was complaining so much. Like, it was so cold. It was so cold outside. I don't think any of them would survive in Canada.
We have that. We don't call it the real feel. We call it the wind chill. I mean, which is really the same. It feels like this outside, right? Yeah. And yeah, it's always negative something. And it's kind of like, oh, come on. But, yeah.
I don't like it because I have to help with car line in the morning, which means that for 20 minutes I have to stand outside. So when I get dressed for the day, I get dressed for 7:35 in the morning, whatever that temperature is.
Yes.
Because I want to be cold for 20 minutes outside.
Definitely. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, at least our weather is better this week than it was last week. Last week we had blizzard warnings for 3 days with 25 to 50 centimeters of snow, depending where you were. And it was just like, oh my gosh, like it was horrible. We didn't leave the house.
That's probably the same storm. So my brother was visiting us in Virginia, but then last week, they left Tuesday or Wednesday to go home. They live in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan.
Yep.
And so in Lotz. And so they had, when they got home, there were 3 feet of snow in their driveway. Yep. I don't know how many centimeters, but it's a lot.
No, yeah. Yep. No, that was the same because it comes over that from Michigan. Yeah. We're considered to be in the snow belt. It all comes off the lake. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, he said that the past 2 winters, they haven't actually had as much snow, like as they normally get.
Oh.
But that this year already, they've had like a ton of snow.
Yeah. Last year we had a lot, so we were hoping this year would be a mild winter, but this year's being worse than last year. But
yeah,
I don't know. My husband has snowblowed every day last week. And he's like, could I go 1 day without shoveling? It's like, yeah, you did yesterday.
I don't think I would like that much all the time, but I do. We always get very excited whenever there's snow in the forecast here because that means the day off.
Yeah.
Because we can't deal with it. We don't have the infrastructure. So when it snows, everything shuts down. We get to stay home.
Yeah.
I live for snow days, but we haven't had any yet this year, sadly.
I don't know. I say, when we retire, we're moving to the States. We're moving somewhere warmer. Somewhere. I don't know. Total dream.
Well, Virginia's definitely warmer than that. It's not always warm, but it's warmer than that.
I was watching Krista from Books and Jams yesterday, one of her videos, and she was in her car and she didn't have a coat on. And Andrew, my husband, was like, she's not wearing a coat. I'm like, you realize where she is?
Yeah. Yeah, although often go out without a coat this time. But in the afternoons you can sometimes. And like I said, tomorrow it's going to be as high as 60.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely go out without a coat in the afternoon.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I mean, we get the seasons at least.
Yes.
It doesn't all feel the same.
Nope.
So Hannah only got one page read, but got her daughter put to bed, and currently trying to put my son to bed as well.
How old are they? I don't miss the days of putting my little kids to bed. I mean, it's just as hard when they're teenagers, honestly, but there's less physical responsibility involved.
I more say to my husband, "Are you going to bed yet? Are you going to bed yet?" Because he always goes to bed early, because he works really early in the morning. He gets up at 4. So he goes to bed about 8 most nights. And I really appreciate that alone time in the evening. Lucy asks, I wasn't technically going to participate in Epistolary January, but can we double up on prompts?
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah, we're pretty easygoing.
Yes. I'm going to have to, because I don't have very many epistolary books on my TBR. My game did not cooperate with me.
Yeah, this year I didn't have very many strictly epistolary ones either. And the ones that I do have don't fit well with the prompt, which is silly because I made the prompt. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I think I could have planned that a little better.
Next year, look at what books you have.
I was going through my TBR and I was like, okay, these all fit the correspondence prompt. And yep, that's about it.
That is really most common for me too. It's usually yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of the catch-all one. I mean, technically, the Wired Love fits in the love letters and the telegraph one. But it's not strictly epistolary. But some people include it in lists of epistolary books. Different people define it very differently. So I guess it depends on how strict you are with that. Like I said, we're pretty easy.
I can't think of very many books that I've read that are strictly epistolary and stuff. Yeah. And then even trying to know if they have any epistolary elements to them, it's like, well, I don't know till I start reading them. Yeah.
I think a few, like, oh my goodness, what is it called? Wow. Dear Daddy Longlegs. Dear Daddy Longlegs is strictly letters. Jane Austen has a novella, Lady Susan, that is strictly letters, but then at the end, like, there's an epilogue that's third person.
Okay.
Like, ties everything up. I know I've read others that were strictly epistolary, but right now at this moment, of course, I can't think of what they are. But usually there's a blend, because it's really hard to tell a full story without.
With just, yeah. Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The one I think of offhand that I've read that is Authentic Lazy.
Yes.
A lot of it is, right? And then it does switch, but a good portion of it is.
Yeah. And then I felt like Positively Penelope was less letters. And I think
Luke has even less. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't read that one yet.
Mm-hmm. So Hannah says her daughter is 2 and her son is 4 months. So he takes the longest. Well, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. That's a busy time of life right there.
TJ Catman just finished over the weekend The Bitter End Birding Society. It was excellent. I'm so happy to hear that. It was a dual timeline, a hidden gem, and epistolary, all 3 in one. Epistolary, really? Huh. That is probably the top of my TBR wanting to read. It just hasn't worked yet.
I'll read that one. Actually, I want to read everything by her. I've only read one so far. But it was good.
That's the only one I have outstanding right now is that one. Which you gifted to me.
Well, you could read that. Did that end up on your January?
No, it did not end up. But I didn't know there was letters and emails in it.
Yeah.
Thank you, TG.
Yeah. Huh.
What can I bump?
Suddenly rethink. I should keep a running list, maybe in my reading journal or something, of books that I find out are epistolary or have epistolary elements. Because you're right, like it's hard to know offhand sometimes, like it's not obvious.
Right.
But then
yeah,
have a bigger pull from when I go to make my TBR.
I'm sure I'll remember, but I'm making a note just in case.
Yep.
And she highly recommends it. Yeah.
Good. Oh, good.
I have really fallen in love with her.
Reading her book.
Which one have you read?
The Old Depot.
The Secret Keepers of Old Depot Grocery. The really long. Yes. Really long title. Yes, that was my first one by her.
It was very good.
Yeah. Where are we? We're at 9:02. So let's go into another sprint and we'll go till 30 after.
All right.
So 28 minutes because that's the banner I have.
Works for me.
Okay, so that is the end of that sprint. How did everyone do? I got another 20-ish pages read in this, and I'm really loving it. I'm loving these characters. Yeah, and then I didn't want to start another chapter, so I worked on writing a review.
I finished chapter 10 and I read 2 more chapters, so made good progress.
So Hannah says that I love the Secret Keepers at Old Depot Grocery. Yes.
Yeah, it was good.
And Susan got to 27%. And Lucy said, this is a very delayed reaction, but in response to Anne saying she's never available on Tuesdays. You said that about Wednesdays too. So Lucy wants to know when you are free.
I have the same question. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday evenings are very often booked. Monday, not as much anymore, but Tuesday and Wednesday every week.
And Bethany read a few chapters of Positively Penelope. Nice. That was my favorite of the series.
I did like that one. I think I've read that one and Authentically Izzy. I think I liked Authentically Izzy a little bit better, but Positively Penelope was good too.
Whatever it was it Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit that Izzy was really into? One of them. Yeah. And I don't know anything about it. So when they were talking, I was like, I have no idea. I'm lost. So I just didn't connect with the characters the same as I did with Penelope. Yeah.
I did much more Penelope's interest in musicals and
right. Yeah. And Tabitha is just joining and she's reading Sense and Sensibility.
Ooh, that's a good one.
And Gina is at 18% of yours truly, Thomas.
Very good.
And Annie got to page 42.
Sounds like everybody's getting stuff done.
Yes. So I was just watching your stat video today that I think you posted yesterday, I think. And you talked about Bookmori, and you were talking about like the stars and how they told you how many stars you rated or can give or whatever, like it gives overall. And I was, because I use that app as well, but I didn't know that. I'm like, so I'm looking at my, how do I find this? I figured it out, but I was like, I learned something new about this app.
Yeah, I found, like I was looking for where to find the apps, where to find the stats everywhere. And it was like on their stats page somewhere. Like, I don't know, like you had to click on something. That's what I think. I forget now.
Yeah, something. I don't have a subscription, so it said like watch a free ad and then you get it. And I'm like, okay, I can do that.
I watched a couple free ads too. I think I heard about that app from you because I had never heard of it before. But I like it's a very clean, like visual, the way it tracks everything.
I love the calendar. Like that's my favorite, is be able to see the calendar over the month. Yeah.
Yes. And I don't know what it is about it because you can do the same thing on the other apps, but I actually track on that one, like where I am in each book. Like I will, for most books, I will log every time I read what page I'm on or whatever. Okay. I just like the way it tracks. Really, it's just more pleasing. The other apps, like I don't really even pay attention to that part of them. Although I know you can do the same thing.
I don't normally. I started this year, but in the past I haven't been tracking as I read each day. I just track when I start a book and when I finish a book. And then it says, because I finished 2 books in one day, it's like, oh, you're on a streak. And I was like, well, I've read every day. And then it told me I read like 220 some days in the year. And I was like, well, I actually read more than that.
Right.
I realized that I have to update it daily to,
Yeah, Yeah, I'm always a little bit disappointed when I don't track a book, like I don't put a book in there until I finish reading it. And then it's like, thinks I read it all in that day. And I was
Right.
like, no, I've been reading it for like the past 5 days.
Yeah. Because I like that. Like when I read consistently on my Kindle, it did the same thing. Like it would do a streak or whatever and tell me when I read. But I don't read consistently on my Kindle anymore. And so I'm like, I don't get those streaks.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Mm.
Yeah, I read quite a few Christmas books on my Kindle, but for the most part, I only use it if there's a digital book from the library, and that's the only way I can get it. If I can get a physical copy, I'd rather have a physical copy. Like actually, Gabriel Meyer's latest book, well, the latest one, the Timeless series, Reach Tomorrow. I initially had borrowed it on Hoopla, so I had a digital version, but then I got a notification that the physical, because I had also requested a physical copy, and I got a notification that the physical copy was in. I was like, oh, I'm going to read a physical copy. I'd rather do that.
Yeah. 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 I just really like seeing the progress of the bookmark moving throughout the book in a physical. I know percentage, but that's not the same. Yeah.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
There's something about that feeling of accomplishment.
Yeah.
And I was really realizing recently, I think one thing that I like about doing readathons and reading challenges, although there's one, like if I do too much, it begins to feel really restrictive, and then I get slumpy, like I don't want to read anything. But I do like to participate in them because there's just so much of a feeling of accomplishment when you can cross something off a list or like mark off a bingo or something, you know?
Right.
Like, I don't know, it just adds that layer of achievement, I guess. I did something.
I know. I was thinking about my like my bingo board challenge for this year, right? And I just put them all like I put the bingos just 1, 2, 3 and went through. And I'm like, I should have mixed up the numbers so you get a bingo much quicker, and it's not just finally you get a blackout.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Because if you read the same book for the both prompts in January, you're putting the book covers side by side. And I was like,
right.
Yeah. But
yeah.
Oh well, maybe next year.
Put it in your notes next year.
Yeah. And Terry says, I also like being able to flip back in a physical. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Especially when you're dealing with a date or something. It's like, wait, what was that date again? Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
And Christina says, I use the Beanstack app. I think it's through my library, and I will load minutes I read from my books.
Never heard of that one. Huh.
I don't track my minutes for my audiobooks or anything. Like I don't think I pay enough attention to know where I am when I start.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Christina, I also like to have the physical and audiobook if I can. Yes, that is my preference. If I can have both, because I love to read one book at a time. And so if I can switch between physical and audio on the same book, yeah.
Yeah, I'm usually reading 3 or 4 books at a time. It's just silly, but
well, it's gotten to be 2 now. But
yeah. I think I used to just be more like read a book at a time, but I don't know, the past few years, I've gotten in the habit of reading multiple books at a time.
And Gina says, there's something about moving a bookmark as you read physically that feels like an accomplishment. Yes, exactly. It's like, look, I started here and now I'm here. Yep.
And you can
see how
much
much
the progress. Right. Like you can look at it and say, look how far I've gotten, or not how far I've gotten, look how much I have left.
Oh, look how much I have left. Yeah.
Oh. Although honestly, that one, it's the size of it, the length of it is daunting, but it actually is very readable. Like it reads very, it's not I don't know, dense,
Yeah.
whatever.
That's good. Yeah. That is the one prompt I did not fill on Katie's challenge last year, was a book over 500 pages.
Oh yeah. You know, I have to have a balance. Like I didn't ever, I don't know, last year I read too many long books, and it's just the way it worked out. I didn't do it on purpose. Like I didn't set out to read really long books. I don't ever. I just, if a book interests me, I'll read it regardless of the length. But I just read too many long ones, and I think that there were a couple points in the year where I don't know, it just really put me in a reading slump a couple of times. So I've learned that I just need to like take them a day at a time and not try to finish them in a certain time period. Like just because I start a book in a month for a reading challenge, you know, it doesn't mean I have to finish it that month. Like
Right.
I can time with it, and I can read other stuff too, which is one reason why I read more than one book at a time. Because if I'm reading a really long one, it will make me feel really slumpy if I feel like I have to finish it before I read something else.
Yes. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, I did that. I guess it was December. I started a book at the beginning of the month, and I didn't finish it until the end of the month because I just wasn't feeling it. I mean, I should have DNF'd it, but I didn't. But
yeah, there were a few, as I was looking through the books that I read last year. There were a few that I looked at how many I gave 1.5 or 2 stars, which I don't normally do. Like normally I'll just DNF it. And I was like, why did I keep reading those books? Why didn't I just DNF them and forget about it? That was a poor choice.
I don't know. I'm the same. Like I just like, it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. Or I have to know how it's gonna end. Like he's got to have something good. But yeah. Oh wow. I don't know. I can think of like 3 books that I've DNF'd in my life. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't used to. Like I used to not be able to DNF at all. But then when I really started, I don't know, being like, I've always been a reader, but like a few years back, I don't know, 5, 7 years ago or so, a little more than that, I started like really getting into reading as more of a hobby. And then I started hearing about, you know, finding out about all of these books and hearing from other people and getting recommendations and you know, and there were so many books that I wanted to read. So I was like, well, there's no point in wasting my time reading this dumb book when I could be reading something else that might be much better.
Right.
So
yeah,
it's been in a few years that I've really more and more been willing to DNF. But it took a while. It took a while for me to get to that point.
I think if it was a library book, I'd be more likely to DNF it. But since if I own the book, like I paid money for this book, I gotta see it through.
That's a good point too, because if it's a book, particularly if I paid full price for it, I'm much more inclined to read the whole thing.
Where were we? Here we go. So Terry says, another thing to add about physical books is the way it feels as one side grows and the other side shrinks. Yes.
That's a good point.
Except that's also when you get in trouble and stay up way too late at night. Because it's like, well, I only have this left. Yeah. Definitely. I've had too many late nights like that.
Yep.
And Tabitha says, I also need to know how it's going to end, and then it's still disappointing, but I hold out hope anyways. Yeah.
Yes. Now, sometimes I will, particularly if it's not, like if it's just a book on my Kindle or that I checked out of the library and a book that I'm not like super interested in, I will just skim read to the end if I'm not loving it, but I do want to find out how it ends. I will like skim or like flip some pages, read, and then flip and then read.
I don't know if I've ever done that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. If I'm not super invested in it, but it's also not like terrible. But those, if I do that, I won't necessarily put it as a book that I've read. I won't like put it on Goodreads as something I've read fully.
Yeah, I have a separate shelf on my Goodreads for DNFs, so then they're not marked as finished or anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Christina says her sister has a rule that she gives a book the first 100 pages before she DNFs. Yeah.
I don't really have a specific page number, but I do try to give it a fair shake. Sometimes it's like if there's like major content stuff in the first chapter, then I will just be like, oh yeah, okay, this book is not gonna be worth it. But if it's just I'm not really involved, like I'm not really interested, but I do try to give it some time because some books take a while to get set up.
Yes.
And then when you get past that part and then you really enjoyed it, you know, I don't want to miss out on that. So yeah. I would usually give it some.
I think it also depends on how long the book is too, kind of how much you're going to read of it. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And Christina says, I have a hard time with the DNFing a book. I've invested time, but I haven't done it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Tabitha says, it's never occurred to me that I could just skip to the end and don't have to read each word.
That's because I am a rule breaker.
I mean, that last chapter might answer all the questions, and who cares about the stuff in between?
I am a reading rebel. Maybe that should be reading rebel. Yeah, but I couldn't do that for every book. It's just for some books, like I don't know. It's hard to pinpoint like a specific category of type of book, but I can't do that with every book. But there are some books I'm definitely like, okay, I want to know how it ends, but I don't necessarily need to spend all of the time reading the whole thing in between.
Yeah. Yeah. And Jamie is here. Hi.
Welcome.
And Gina says, when I was a teenager, I used to read the last sentence before buying a book to see if it would be worth it.
Did it work for you? Might have to try that system and see.
Would the last sentence really answer?
I don't know, because sometimes you can't really tell much from a book by the last sentence.
I was going to grab a book that I've read, but I don't have any by me. They're all unread by me.
Yeah. I have some, but like I don't know. Oh, let's see. Oh wait, here. This Promised Land. Let's see. What's the last? Yeah, I mean, this would give me a hint that it probably would be good. The last paragraph says, "That's true. God made it possible. He prepared the feast ahead of time, ahead of all of us. We just didn't realize it. We only needed to walk through the door." That tells me that it ends happily. So that's something.
Yeah, mine's kind of the, I don't know. This wouldn't really, the last sentence, this is the one I just finished. "And tomorrow, that was in God's hands." Okay. Doesn't really tell me much about the book. It's got faith in it.
Is that part of a series? Because it feels like that ends on a bit of a not everything resolved.
Well, that's why I had to pick up the next one.
Yes.
That last chapter really kind of is more about the next character than those characters. Yeah.
Okay.
Annie says, "I often skip to the end when I DNF. Usually the book is too slow or I don't like the writing style, but I want to know what happens to the characters." Yeah. That seems to be the consensus. We gotta know.
Maybe it's something about the name Anne or Annie.
Gina said, "It kept me from DNFing books since I had an idea of how it would end in terms of a happy ending or not."
That's a good point. Yeah. I could do that.
Yeah.
There's merit to that thought. But I don't really get bothered too much by spoilers, so I wouldn't be worried about that.
I don't think I do either. I don't know, because even the spoilers don't tell you everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And like some books, like, if it's a romance novel, I mean, you know how it's going to end up. Like, they're going to get
right. And Jamie says, "I have read the ending before to see if I wanted to keep reading, but I don't do it all the time."
I have done that too, Jamie. Here, I was thinking I'm probably the only one who does that. Often, but I have definitely done that. I have done if a book is really, I don't know what the word is, not suspenseful, but like the characters are going through something like really hard and tragic or whatever. I can count on one hand the times I've done this, but I have definitely gone to the end to see if it's a happy ending or not, if I want to keep going.
Right. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Like, I don't know if I'm going to appreciate it if they're going through all this hard stuff and then I get to the end and nothing good has happened. Like, that's just not going to make me happy.
Jamie says, "In fact, I did on Jessica Patch, Love Inspired book I finished today."
I did not realize that she wrote Love Inspired. I mean, I've never read anything by her, but there's one book or series by her that I've seen people talk about. I think Chantel has talked about it.
The Guardian Sisters?
Yeah, I think so. I don't even know what it's about. It has a pretty cover, that's all I know.
Yes, right. I have one of her Love Inspired books on my shelf because I found it at a thrift store. I've never read her.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Yeah.
It's one of those that I'm like, ooh, I wouldn't mind checking that out and reading something by her, but I haven't actually. What genre is that?
Suspense.
Suspense, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm surprised you haven't read it then.
Jamie says she has a few love-inspired books. In fact, that garden one is by love-inspired. Oh.
Interesting. The cover doesn't look like it.
Now, I do know that love-inspired has some, like, the full length. I never think about them as the full length. I always think of the smaller ones.
Right. Same.
And of course, the one I'm thinking of is book 3 in the series. Of course.
Yeah. Same. I was just looking it up.
I didn't realize that was love-inspired.
I did not either.
Well, Jamie, you taught us something new.
Yeah, look at that. Very cool. Well, that also is, it's an FBI Strange Crimes series. We just went and toured the FBI building last Monday. My sister was visiting, and she booked tours for us from the through her senator or something. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, that'd be really interesting.
Yeah. They're saying that they are going to move to a new building down the street. So I don't know how much longer they'll be in the building that we toured, which they've been in as long as I can remember. But it was interesting.
Yeah.
The tour that they did, though, I was a little bit disappointed in that the emphasis of the tour definitely seemed to be like recruitment. Like they were trying to advertise it as like a great place to work. So like they had some very, very, very interesting exhibits that even like the school-aged people on our tour were really enjoying. So there was enough like to keep the average person's interest, but it also was definitely trying to catch the attention of like young people and college-age people as being like a good career. Emphasis on that. But.
So Jamie says, I have Sprints on both devices at the moment, so I can't even look up the title, but I've only read the garden one, but it is number 2 or 3 in the series. I need to go read the rest. You read them out of order, Jamie?
She's a rebel all over.
Yes, the Garden Girl is 3. Your Garden Girls is 3 in the series.
Well, I guess then you can like they can be standalone, like they're not necessarily like a overarching story.
Right. Yeah. Pardon the bad grammar. First day back work.
I hear that. That was it was a long day too.
Yeah.
It was very hard to get back to work after being off for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I went back yesterday and I just came home and napped, but I was fighting a headache all day too. And just it's like, where's my slow mornings where I can get up when I want to get up?
I know, right? Independently wealthy, so I don't have to go to work.
Right. Yeah. Jamie said, technically the second day back, but first day with students. My brain is on overload. I didn't realize it was a series until I started it. Okay. I have done that. I have read series out of order.
Yes. Usually not intentionally, but I have.
Yeah. And now it's gotten to every time my mom gives me a book, I look to see if it's part of a series or not. And then I said, Mom, again, you've read them out of order. Like she does it all the time. Well, this one was interesting.
I mean, some things it doesn't matter, but it depends on if it's continuing the story or not.
Well, the one that really I've bugged her about the most is she read the If I Run series by Terry Blackstock out of order.
Oh, yeah, that would not make sense.
I was like, you have to go back and read them in the right order now.
Yeah. That would be very hard to follow what was going on.
Right? I mean, she still liked it, but I was like, oh, if only you knew the proper stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah. And Jamie says, I think I read it on NetGalley. Yeah. That's what happened to me the first book I read out of order. I got it through NetGalley, not knowing it was a book 2 in a series. But oh, they don't always tell you.
Like, how much of a I don't know what the word is. Like, is there a deadline, like by when you have to finish the book?
For NetGalley?
Or anything? Yeah.
No, you have to download it by a certain date because then it's archived and you can't download it if you haven't already downloaded it. But there's no deadline for when you have to read and write the review. I know I try to write them or do them within around release date, within a month of release, I would say. That's my personal, I try to do, but I also don't have a ton of books through NetGalley. Whereas I know there's people that have a ton. Like I know like Krista from Books and Jams is doing like a series trying to catch up on her, right? And she's had them for years and goes back. And so like, yeah, I don't know how long they really. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen, like, do they then, like, not let you, like, is there a point where they say, well, you can't have any more books? Have you ever reviewed any or anything like that? I think so. Like, they encourage that you have a certain percentage, which means you've reviewed so many that you've requested, right? Okay. So I think I'm at 95%, but I have like 2 books I haven't reviewed right now because I don't do very many. But I mean, I think it all depends on each publisher has their different standards of what they say. And some of them they just automatically get, right? Yeah. So like Jamie says, but the percentage is 65 or something, she thinks. Yeah, so yeah. Yeah, I just, anything that I like makes reading an obligation, I feel like it would make me not want to read it. Mm-hmm. So I haven't ever even tried it for that reason. I usually try to stick to ones that like I know the author and I really want to read the book, or it's like the next one in the series, kind of, right? Like, yeah, there's a few I've read that just because they sounded really interesting, and I really enjoyed a couple, but there's others that I shouldn't have got this one. And I think that's one of the reviews that I'm kind of holding off writing because I'm like, I don't know how to write this. Yeah, that's the other thing, because like I like to be honest in my reviews, but then I would feel bad about being honest. In that case. Yeah. So that's another thing. Yeah. And Jamie says they keep a list and try to save on top of it. Yeah. That's why for quite a while, I was limiting myself like, okay, you can pick one new release each month to request on NetGalley. So you only have one to read. Well, I kind of blew that in December. There was too many coming out in January and February. But I haven't received a response yet, so I might have too many or I might not. And Jamie says she even gets some audiobooks. Yeah, I never got that. So many good ones right now. Yes. I'm really hoping I get book 3 of this one. I'm really hoping. I could binge that series this month. That would like be a goal done as well. A series binged. TJ asked, I've never used NetGalley. Is it pretty easy to use? I think so. Like you go in, you look for certain publishers, and then you can just request and why are you interested in this book? Well, the cover got me, or the author, or the description. I think it's pretty simple. And then you just go onto your feedback, and that's where you write your review, and then you can just paste that into Goodreads. Like, I think it's pretty user-friendly. I think I've only ever used the desktop version of it, but I know you can do it on a cell phone or a tablet or whatever, but I've never tried it. I don't have my password for that.
Do you read the book in their app or whatever, or on their website, or do you?
I send it to my Kindle. Okay. But you can have, I think there's a few different options, and they now have Kobo. You can send it to Kindle. I think you can read it in a NetGalley app, I think. But yeah. It's always nice to get free books sometimes. But the problem is they're not usually formatted correctly on your Kindle. Like the chapters kind of run together. Like you'll see the chapter number, but it's on the same page, right? So sometimes it can make it a little bit difficult to read, but yeah. And Jamie says, I send to Kindle and the audiobooks you listen to on their app.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Are you good for another sprint?
Sure.
Okay. We're at 10:07 for me. Let's go to 35.
Sounds good.
Okay, so we're going to sprint for another 30-ish minutes. So that was the end of that sprint. I got another 20-ish pages read in this, and I'm still really loving it. And it is encompassing a number of years so far. And I'm only halfway through the book. I'm like, it's got to be at least 2 years.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I got, let's see. Where did I start? I started, I guess I started there. Yeah. So I read about 10 pages. So didn't get super far. Got distracted looking up a couple of things. And sharing some stuff with people. Okay, so I remember this from the last time I read this book. I'm reading Wired Love. I remember something from the last time I read it that just shocked me at the time, and I remember writing it down. So they're having a conversation about the capabilities of the telegraph, whatever. Mm-hmm. And one lady, who knows, but some genius will invent something for the especial use of lovers. Something, for instance, to carry in their pockets. So when they are far away from each other and pine for a sound of that beloved voice, they will only have to take up this electrical apparatus, put it to their ears, and be happy. Mark one, anybody?
And what year was that one written?
1979.
Yep.
More than 100 years before the first cell phone. I was like, wow, that's just crazy. But it was funny because they were talking about the things. So the girl in the story, she works at a telegraph office. Mm-hmm. And so she's talking about the customers that come in that irritate her, or, funny stories about things customers say or do. And she was talking about how one time somebody came and brought a letter sealed in an envelope and expected her to send it through the telegraph. And she was like, yeah, I don't do that.
Doesn't work that way. Okay.
I wonder if there's still working telegraphs. Obviously with the internet we don't need it, but if there are any that are still in operation just for fun or whatever. Huh.
Well, was it a telegraph? I don't know. When we were at the Titanic Museum, there was on the screen, on a computer screen, you could press enter Morse code to try to spell your name kind of thing. Yeah, I didn't do very well. I did okay at the beginning, and then the last half it was like, oh, that's the wrong letter. It's like, how do I go back and erase?
Yeah, that would take a lot of skill. I don't think that I could.
I guess conversation and letter in just a letter at a time,
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess they had all the abbreviations that we have now for text messaging. They would have had that back then.
Yeah, it's funny because she references it. So the woman who wrote the book was a telegraph operator at some point.
Right.
So she's familiar. So she actually mentions, she uses in their conversations, she uses their abbreviations and what they stand for. For good morning, they wrote GM. And they had a way of abbreviating their name and where they were from whenever they sent messages. So yeah, it's really interesting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we're not so ahead of the times as we think we are. They were doing this back then.
I know, like a couple people have already finished reading it, and they've all commented that it feels very modern because it's like we've come full circle 100-some years later.
Mm-hmm.
And it like I don't know, there's a lot of similarities between their situation and like an online world. It's just so interesting.
Yeah, I'm hoping to read it, but it'll be closer to the end of the month, so it's closer to the chat time. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Okay, so Annie says she got scolded by NetGalley for not reading the books and doing reviews. I didn't like a few of them, so I didn't get far in them, so she stopped using them. I've never heard of that. And Catman says, good night. Thank you for the sprint. She also says, thank you for the NetGalley info. And then Jamie said, really, Anne? But then I was like, what? And she's talking to Annie about the NetGalley.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I've never heard of them doing that. No, I haven't either. Tabitha said, I read almost 3 chapters. Well, good for you.
Yeah, good job.
Terry said, wow, that's awesome. And a great reason I love historical fiction. Yeah.
Yes.
Gina said, wow, that's amazing that a description of a smartphone was in a book from the 1800s. Maybe not exactly the concept, but of connecting with loved ones from afar. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is really interesting.
Yeah. Well, and I was just listening to, I think it was Tiffany at Beautiful Minutia today, a video. Well, I don't know when she made it. I'm kind of behind, but she was talking about her favorite books from 2025, and she read Fahrenheit 451 for the first time.
Yeah.
And we buddy read it, but that was
here
in January.
That was, I think it was this year.
Yeah.
Maybe it was last year.
Talking about, you know how they talked about those like seashells that you would put in your ears to hear, like basically streaming media.
Yeah.
And how they would like screens on their walls to watch live streamed entertainment. It was so forward thinking for that time, because that was in the mid-century at some point. I don't know exactly what year, but long before any of that was actually a thing.
Oh yeah, totally. (1953).
1953. Well, yeah, long before any of those things were possible.
Dude.
Crazy. How do people have like the imagination to think of that kind of stuff?
Right?
I don't.
No, I don't know. I do not. We read that in 2024.
Okay. Oh my God.
Wow. I'm like, I don't feel like I read many classics last year other than Montgomery.
Well, Montgomery is a good one to read. Did you do all of the Year of Maud books that Chantal was doing?
No, I did not do the Blue Castle last year because I had read it in 24. Yeah. And then I didn't do December, where it was like a free pick of any book. But yeah. But I read all of Anne of Green Gables, Emily of New Moon, The Story Girl, and Chronicles of Avonlea. So I read it.
I finished. Yeah, that's a lot. I finished reading, because I had already started before she did that. I had already started rereading that series, so I finished all of them. And I wanted to join in with The Story Girl because I wanted to reread those. And Emily, I wanted to read as well, but I didn't get to either of those. But I'm hoping to get to Emily this year and read that trilogy.
Yeah. I don't know. I have to read Agatha Christie this year. At least one. At least. It's been a few years, and I used to really enjoy them. So, yeah.
I've only read a few by her. I read And Then There Were None this past year, and it was so good. Probably my favorite so far.
Yeah. Death on the Nile is one I have to read this year, for sure. And then I might read a couple more, but it's the one on my self-destruct list that I have to get to. I've had it on my shelf for way too long. Yeah.
I have read one of the 3 that I've read, but I have a couple here. I don't know anything about them. This is a Miss Marple one, The Moving Finger. And then, I don't know where it is. Somewhere along the way, I picked up I put all my vintage ones back here. I picked up this, it's a bind up of 2, Curtain and the Mysterious Affair at Styles. And I think they're her 2 ones. I think. And they're at the same place. I think that somebody told me.
Okay. I don't recognize the titles.
I didn't know anything about it. I just saw it at a thrift store or something. I was like, oh, I want to read more Agatha Christie. And also I think it was Sarah Collar had mentioned one of them, and somebody else had mentioned the other one. And then I found a book where I could find a book. I was like, oh, well, it's a sign. I should get it.
Yes. That's always interesting when it works that way. Yeah. And Jamie is laughing at an Instagram reel of a man shaming his wife for dog earing book pages.
Oh. I have dog-eared book pages at times, but I don't like to.
No. Mm-hmm.
I prefer to use a bookmark.
Yes. That is one thing I've realized, because I really like short bookmarks. That's just, I don't know. That's just my preference. And when I created my TBR game, I can use these as bookmarks, like my prompts. I was like, hey, that works out perfectly. So wasn't planned that way, but as I was picking the books, it was like, hey, I can do this.
That works. Yeah, when I borrow books from my sister, I have to be very careful because she's very particular. So she doesn't, so actually because she is particular, I've gotten more careful about my own books. But she doesn't like it if you do this thing, set it down like this. And she definitely does not approve of dog ears. Any other blemish on her books. So I borrow books frequently from her, but I have to take good care of them. And she'll sign them. She'll make sure she puts her name in there so that she gets it back in good condition.
Yeah, anytime my mom borrows a book, she always puts a pencil mark with my first initial in the front of it so that she knows it's mine and she doesn't give it away to somebody else. But she's like, it has to be pencil. I'm like, okay, whatever.
It is easy, though, to get a book lost in your collection. It belongs to someone else.
Well, it's 10 to 11, so I think that's going to be our last sprint, the one before. Should go to bed, somewhat reasonable. Well, thank you so much, Anne, for joining. This was fun.
Thanks for letting me join you. It was fun. had a good time.
Yes. So we're going to say goodnight now and hope you guys all have a good time. Jamie says, I put my name in books. And says goodnight. Well, good night, Jamie. Thank you for joining us. And I hope to be back on Tuesday, January the 20th. I think that's a Tuesday. Yes. So we will see you then.
That would be a Tuesday. Yeah.
Bye.